种重点是打掉中国的土地古代的优势力量，马上。
의료급여 수도권자 주인공은 소비 쿠폰 지급 대상이 됩니다. 또 내국인은 없지만 외국인만으로 구성된 가구 중에는 F5 영주권자, F6 결혼 이민자 또는 난민 인정자인 F24 당사자만 소비 쿠폰을 지급받을 수 있게 됩니다. 여기서 이제 궁금하신 게 첫 번째 부분인데요. 실제로 이제 F4이신 분인데 네. 한국인하고 결혼하신 분이 계세요. 또 이제 중요한 거는 결혼하면 다 F6가 되는 걸로 알고 계시지만 F6 비자를 받으려고 그러면 소득 요건이나 이런 것들을 충족을 해야 되거든요. 내국인 배우자의 소득 요건. 이것들을 충족을 못하면 기존의 다른 체류 자격으로 혼인.
那么还有一些，那个呢，需要给怀孕孩子那个如果提那不可能嘛，那是非常嘛短缺。نازه یکی از داماد از هر چیز دیگه مقصد پیسه دارستی مقصد پیسه شو چشم دور از دلت دکون زمستان جان کندم چوب فروختم از خلقش یک چیز کوری و کبوتی کردم که در روز بعد به درد ما بخوره اونا
他实在无法忍受，捡起一块石头朝他们扔了过去，并骂道：“住嘴！你们这群乌合之众！”可是他没有想到，
国家出台了2次金融政策，对于家电消费市场。
做手术这个时间大概是多长时间？婚礼。
Программ о китайском языке и китайской культуре «Здравствуй, Китай!» Ни хао, Чунго!
На этом свадьба не закончилась. Вечером тоже было интересно. Например, существует обычай подшучивать над новобрачными. Ведь большинство гостей – это неженатые парни и незамужние девушки. Вот они и старались вовсю. И розыгрыши устраивали, и каверзные вопросы задавали. Могли и острую шуточку отпустить. Потом просили жениха и невесту спеть или станцевать. В общем, все хотели, чтобы молодые запомнили этот день на всю жизнь.
Кстати, в разных районах Китая, не говоря уже о разных национальностях, свадебные традиции тоже отличаются. Например, в провинции Чжэцзян банкеты обычно проходят вечером, а днем молодожены отправляются на прогулку с родными и близкими, фотографируются на память.
Это совсем как у нас в России. Я помню, как в день моей свадьбы мы ездили гулять на Воробьевы горы и на Красную площадь.
Education often lacks practical training, and of course this is something China's education system has been actively working on, right? We discussed it before, like micro majors, also vocational undergraduate degrees, something like that. And the response should be rational and also reform-oriented, shifting perceptions and improving the educational system to help students actually find paths that suit them rather than just falling into a cycle of credentialism and saying like wasted resources. And also what you mentioned, ROI. Of course, that's kind of solid stats that people may find when they're comparing their investment and their maybe paychecks. Yeah. But still, what we can learn from university is not only the thing that you're going to get or the path, the career path you're going to get in the future. It's also about being a man, right? It's also your life classes that teach you how to survive in the society. So
yeah, it's not saying that there's nothing to be learned for a young man or a young woman at university, and we're also not sitting here saying, don't go to university. But we are saying there's a reflection in society about how young people are feeling, it seems, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation. And those statistics in the United States and other Western countries, they'll support the same notion, right? All we're doing is saying, perhaps there is another option, perhaps there is another route, or perhaps there's both routes where we're seeing students get their degree and then move on to vocational schools to kind of further solidify their skills before they enter into the job market.
Yeah, well, I mean, when it comes to every individual's choice and looking at their own situation, I trust everybody will make the best decision suitable for you. But also we're taking a step back and looking at sort of is this a trend or tendencies or patterns or emerging trends that might be happening? And behind this push for better vocational education is a national strategy. Why is vocational education being prioritized at the highest levels? How does it support economic transformation, reduce talent mismatch, and possibly breaking down social bias?
I think this is reflecting a kind of, weakening of that kind of degree-only bias or shift towards ability-based evaluation and the traditional mindset of, that kind of white-collar superior to blue-collar and degree supremacy is being challenged. And that is indicating that vocational education is kind of waning social recognition through its own advantages. And another thing is students, they are having, as we said, like much clearer ideas on what they are going to get and what they want by choosing that specific major or specific school, even when they're getting to college. And I remember I heard from one of my friends saying that maybe in the West or some countries, when you get into college, you don't even need to choose a major because a lot of students, they don't know even what they want to learn in the university.
If I remember correctly, you don't have to choose it right away.
Yeah,
you have
maybe after 1 year or
something along those lines.
Yeah, and then that means, of course, we are having more choices when you are, picking different paths in the future.
And that's the advantage of university, right? Is that it's not as specific as vocational training is, of course, but that could be a good thing if you're not sure about.
Și să te trezești de la 6 dimineața pentru a prinde primul autobuz care se duce în zone umede. 现在这些 program drept 炎黄子孙，我当时
colleges, universities, if you are
out of state.
Yeah, and if you're a foreign citizen, and also just considering the job prospects and everything.
还是嘛，这么多开的。